Why do the most authentic souls, the ones who seem to carry a spark of the divine, often find themselves walking alone? It's not about being unworthy of love or connection, despite what the world might say. The reality is far more profound. Being chosen means carrying a hidden burden that few truly understand. It's a path lined with solitude, not because they lack the capacity for love, but because their energy, their very essence, makes them stand apart. When your journey is meant for the few, not everyone can keep pace. This video uncovers the often overlooked truth about chosen ones. Their unmatched authenticity and energy create an invisible barrier, leaving them isolated in ways that might feel painful but are in fact transformative. Here's the twist. This solitude isn't a curse. It's the crucible in which they're forged into something greater. When chosen ones experience a spiritual awakening, it's like being handed the key to a new world, a world where everything suddenly looks different. Imagine walking through life with a filter that's suddenly lifted. Colors are more vibrant, sounds are clearer, and every interaction seems to carry a deeper meaning. This profound change often creates a rift between them and those who haven't shared the same journey. It's not that they want to pull away, but the connection they once had with others starts to fade, like a radio signal that's just out of reach. This transformation isn't just about seeing the world differently, it's about feeling it differently too. Chosen ones might notice that their priorities shift overnight. What once seemed vital now feels trivial, and things that never mattered suddenly hold immense significance. As a result, maintaining relationships with those who haven't gone through this awakening becomes challenging. The chosen ones might find themselves drawn to solitude, not out of choice, but out of necessity. It's in these quiet moments alone that they can process the overwhelming changes happening within. The irony here is that while the spiritual awakening is a deeply personal journey, it often leads to a sense of isolation. But this isolation isn't a punishment. It's a cocoon. The chosen ones are being prepared for something greater, something that requires them to be in tune with their true essence. It's a phase of deep inner work, where they begin to understand that their solitude is a space for growth. And as they delve deeper into their spiritual path, they start to notice subtle shifts in their energy, leading them right into the next phase, an increased sensitivity to the energies around them. Energy sensitivity is like having a finely tuned antenna that picks up on every signal, whether you want it to or not. For chosen ones, this heightened awareness of energy can be both a blessing and a curse. They can walk into a room and immediately sense the vibe, whether it's calm and inviting or tense and chaotic. This ability to connect deeply with the energy around them allows them to understand people on a level that goes beyond words. However, this same sensitivity also makes them vulnerable to absorbing negative energies, leaving them emotionally drained. To protect themselves from this constant energy bombardment, chosen ones often need to retreat into solitude. Think of it as recharging their spiritual batteries. They might find solace in nature, where the energy is pure and untainted, or in meditation, where they can shield themselves from the chaos of the world. It's during these moments of solitude that they can filter through the energies they've absorbed, releasing what doesn't serve them, holding on to what does. Practical tools like grounding techniques or even carrying protective crystals can help manage this sensitivity. But this energy sensitivity isn't just about defense. It's also a powerful tool for connection. Chosen ones can use their heightened awareness to form deep, meaningful relationships with those who resonate with their energy. It's a process of filtering, where only those who align with their authentic self can truly connect with them. This leads them naturally to the next challenge, navigating the imbalances that often arise in relationships when one person's energy is more attuned than the others. Navigating relationships as a chosen one often feels like walking a tightrope, constantly balancing between connection and self-preservation. Their unique energy tends to draw people in, like moths to a flame. But this attraction can lead to imbalances. It's not uncommon for others to be drawn to the light and authenticity of a chosen one, yet struggle to match their energy. This mismatch can cause the relationship to become one-sided, where the chosen one feels drained, giving more than they receive. In practical terms, this often means that chosen ones must be selective about who they let into their inner circle. It's not about being exclusive, it's about survival. They might find that certain friendships or partnerships start to feel heavy, as if they're carrying the emotional weight of two people. This can lead to a constant search for balance, where the chosen one seeks out connections that are uplifting rather than depleting. Tools like setting boundaries, practicing self-care, or even seeking out like-minded communities can help maintain this delicate balance. The challenge of relationship imbalances is not just about keeping the scales even. It's about finding relationships that enhance their spiritual journey. Chosen ones often crave deeper, more meaningful connections that align with their evolving sense of self. This search for alignment, however, can sometimes lead them back to solitude, as they discover that true connection is rare. But this solitude isn't the end of the road. It's a space for reflection and preparation, a place where they can focus on their own growth before the right connections naturally come into their lives. Isolation, for the chosen ones, is often misunderstood as loneliness, but in reality, it serves a much deeper purpose. It's not about being cut off from the world, it's about being set apart for something greater. Think of it as a divine timeout, a space where they can reconnect with their true essence without the distractions of everyday life. During this period of solitude, they're given the opportunity to heal, to reflect, and to realign with their higher purpose. It's like the calm before the storm, a necessary pause before they can step into the next phase of their journey. This isolation isn't a punishment, it's a preparation. It's in these quiet moments that chosen ones can hear the whispers of their soul more clearly. They might find themselves drawn to practices that nurture their spiritual growth, such as meditation, journaling, or spending time in nature. These activities become sacred rituals, helping them to stay grounded and connected to their inner truth. Practical steps like creating a daily spiritual routine or setting aside time for introspection can make this period of solitude a time of profound transformation. However, this period of isolation also comes with its own challenges. It's easy to question one's worth when relationships start to fade away and the world feels distant. But this is precisely the time when chosen ones must trust in the process. They're being stripped of distractions so they can focus on what truly matters, aligning with their divine purpose. As they emerge from this period of isolation, they often find themselves stronger, more centered, and ready to embrace the new connections that come their way, which leads them to the next phase, the impact of spiritual growth on personal relationships. As chosen ones undergo spiritual growth, the dynamics of their personal relationships often shift in unexpected ways. The deeper they delve into their spiritual journey, the more their perceptions, values, and priorities evolve. It's like putting on a new pair of glasses. The world looks different, and so do the people in it. This shift can create a sense of disconnect with those who haven't experienced the same transformation, leading to strained relationships that were once fulfilling. It's not uncommon for chosen ones to feel as though they're outgrowing certain connections as their spiritual growth accelerates. In practical terms, this can mean that conversations that once felt engaging now seem trivial or shallow. Chosen ones might find themselves seeking deeper, more meaningful interactions, craving connections that reflect their evolving sense of self. This often leads to a reevaluation of existing relationships, where they must decide which ones still align with their spiritual path. It's a tough process, but necessary for maintaining authenticity in their lives. They may choose to gently distance themselves from those who no longer resonate with their new outlook, while seeking out communities or individuals who share their values and growth. This reevaluation isn't about abandoning people, but about honoring their own journey. As they continue to grow spiritually, chosen ones might notice that some relationships naturally fade away, while others become more profound. The people who remain are often those who can match their energy and support their continued growth. This shift in relationships is a natural part of the spiritual awakening process and sets the stage for the next important factor: understanding how energy alignment plays a crucial role in forming and maintaining these connections. Energy alignment is the invisible thread that weaves together the relationships of chosen ones, acting as both a magnet and a filter. When their energy vibrates at a higher frequency, it naturally attracts those who resonate with their authenticity and light, while simultaneously repelling those who do not. It's like tuning into a specific radio station. Only those on the same frequency can hear the music. This process of alignment is crucial for forming connections that are not only meaningful but also supportive of their spiritual journey. However, finding people who align with their energy can be a challenge, leading to periods of isolation. Chosen ones often discover that as they elevate their energy, the pool of people who truly resonate with them becomes smaller. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's a sign that they're filtering out relationships that would only hinder their growth. During these times, they might feel a bit lonely, but it's important to remember that this is a natural part of their journey. They're creating space for the right people to enter their lives, those who match their energy and can support their spiritual path. To nurture these aligned connections, chosen ones must be intentional about who they spend time with. It's not just about surrounding themselves with positive energy, but also about engaging in relationships that foster mutual growth. Practical ways to do this include seeking out spiritual communities, participating in group meditations, or simply spending time with those who inspire and uplift them. As they embrace these aligned relationships, they create a supportive network that helps them thrive. And with this foundation in place, they are fully prepared to continue their journey of spiritual growth, knowing that they are never truly alone on their path. So, what do you do with this knowledge? Are you ready to embrace the solitude, not as a burden, but as a space for profound growth? The choice is yours. Continue to struggle against it, or see it as the divine preparation it truly is. Remember, the solitude of the chosen ones isn't a punishment. It's a calling to something greater. How will you respond? Will you take this time to nurture your spiritual growth, to realign with your true essence, and prepare for the deeper connections that are destined to come your way? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're ready to keep exploring the hidden truths of your spiritual journey, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. This is just the beginning of what you're meant to discover.